Michael, what stands out about what Jamal was able to give you in his first game back?
I liked how aggressive he was. You know, I mean, he didn't try to ease himself back in. I thought he came out, and I was just telling him that in the locker room. I think an aggressive Jamal Murray is an effective Jamal Murray. 4 of 10 from 3, looking for his three-point shot. 6 assists, 4 boards, 28 points. And, you know, it's a win. And to get any win in this league is hard. So I'm definitely happy that we won another home win. I think we're 6-1 now in our last 7 games. But right now we're winning with our offense. You know, and at some point that's going to stop. And our defense must improve. To give up 122 points, 20 made threes. The turnovers obviously fueled their break. They had 26 in transition. I just don't like where our defense is at right now. Too many breakdowns, not communicating, not disciplined. You're up by 26 points in the third quarter. They cut it to 7. You know what I mean? And their best player is out. So we have to be better. We have to hold ourselves, enjoy the win. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. Enjoy the win, but if we're a team that's serious about doing some really good things, we have to start challenging ourselves to be better, especially on defense.
Peyton was used a lot as kind of a guy in the middle in zones. He set a screen and rolled to the rim. Can you kind of talk about that decision a little bit to use him as almost like that small ball 5? Yeah,
well, you know, that unit out there in the first half I thought was really struggled. So it was something that we had talked about. I had thought about this off season. You know, Peyton's versatility is something that we always mention regarding his value. And both offensively and defensively, I think you can use him in a lot of ways. And so in that second half, when Nikola went out, Peyton was our 5. He can screen, he can roll, he's dynamic. He had that one play from Russ against our zone where he finished a highlight reel dunk. And, you know, if I'm Peyton Watson, I'm saying, Coach, I can play 3, 4, and 5, whatever you need from me, whatever gets me on the floor. And I thought Peyton did a hell of a job for us tonight. 16 points, another big block, 5 rebounds, shot the ball well, 2 or 3 from 3. But yeah, I mean, it's tonight we went with Peyton in the second half, but, you know, moving forward, Dallas on Sunday, you know, we'll see whatever lineup's going to give us the best chance to have success.
Coach, you said, you know, early on that CB is not KCP, and you're not asking him to be, but what do you think of his contribution, as it seems very similar to a lot of what KCP would get in numbers-wise?
Yeah, let's stop talking about comparing CB and KCP. I don't even think it's worthwhile anymore. KCP's in Orlando, CB is here. But to your point, CB's been outstanding. I mean, he's been tremendous as our starting 2 guard. You look at his line, 7 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 21 points, 6 rebounds, a block shot. I mean, he's doing a little bit of everything for us. And as I mentioned pregame, he's impacting the game at a high level on both ends. And that's what you want from Christian Braun. And so I couldn't be more proud of how well he's playing. And obviously, you know, that needs to continue.
Michael, with the perimeter defense in particular, can some of the shots that they were getting be chalked up to kind of communication stuff that you guys feel like you can fix pretty easily?
Yeah, well, there's no doubt communication's a part of it, Bennett. We don't have communication at times. Sometimes we do have communication, but something that we always talk about, my wife tells me this all the time, part of communicating is listening. And sometimes you have people that are communicating, but we're not listening. So shout out to my wife. But yeah, I think communication is such a big part of your defense. You can have any game plan in mind, but if you're not talking it out, and then you're going to be running around chasing your tail. So we can definitely communicate, which will allow us to be kind of more together, more on a string. And as I heard many years ago, communication is concentration. You got to be focused to know what to say. And if you're not saying something, it probably means you're not sure what you should be saying.
Coach, you said on Wednesday that you thought Nikola Jokic played maybe his best all-around game. How do you think he did tonight?
I don't think it was as great as the other night, because the other night was like historically great, but I think he was pretty damn good tonight, Marlo. I'm glad you brought him up. 30 points, 14 assists, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, and he goes 11 of 13 from the field. And as I mentioned pregame, they're a good defensive team, and Bam's a very good defensive player, but that just kind of speaks to Nikola's greatness and how effective he can be every single night, regardless of who we're playing, regardless of the coverage, regardless of who he's on the court with. He's going to find a way. And you know, I never get tired of watching Nikola Jokic and his consistent greatness.
What does this say? Russ came in and had to start for 3 games and played great, was scoring at 29 the other night. not big scoring minutes tonight, but still got 10 assists and still active. And you talk about communication, those timeouts, he was very vociferous.
Yeah, I like belligerent too.
Yeah.
You know, which I think is great. You know, that shouldn't always have to come from me. You know, hold each other accountable, get pissed at each other. That's okay, man. I mean, like at the end of the day, when we come back tomorrow, we're still going to love each other. And to your point, you don't have to have a big scoring night to impact. We have a lot of guys that can score. I mean, the last 7 games, I think we lead the league in scoring. So the offense isn't the issue. But for us to come off the bench, give us 10 assists, 4 rebounds, only 2 turnovers, knocks down 2 threes, and the pace in which he's playing with is igniting this team to be a team that is running. Again, tonight we had 25 more fast break points, and I think it's not just Russell Westbrook, but he's a very big part of that.
One more?
On the offensive side, how do you feel the young guys are doing, specifically being in their spots, spacing the floor, and then cutting with proper timing?
I think it's a work in progress. I think it's improving, you know, from where it was to start the season and now through 9 games. You know, we watched some film from the OKC game today, and we had so many examples of Nikola posting, and that's really the most important spacing. 2 things, when Nikola and Jamal play 2-man game, and when we post up Nikola and they're going to double team. You have to space correctly, you have to react accordingly, and we did it right a lot of times, and there are other times where we have 3 guys on top of each other. So there's definitely room for growth, Adam, but I think overall, I think our guys are getting pretty comfortable with where they need to be and reading and reacting to the defense. Because I learned this when I was playing CYO basketball at St. Agnes. The defense always tells you what to do, and you can't, you know, kind of make it up as you go. You got to read the defense and react, and I think our guys are getting better. Get home safe, everybody.
Jamal